So, today, ladies and gentlemen, something that we're going to be discussing something. Today, I don't usually discuss an upcoming movie, which I'm actually very... Now, we all remember back in No, it was a bit after that. We had the first Kingsman film. It was about a young chav whose dad was a secret agent, basically being given the opportunity to train to become a secret agent in his dad's place after he died all those years ago, and thwarts an evil villain's plans for world domination. I've got to say, it was a pretty good movie. I didn't expect it to be as good as it actually was. Let me just see to this. Now there's a new Kingsman movie coming out titled Kingsman: The Golden Circle, and I think this is going to be important because, one second. Anyways, so, where was I? Yes. Kingsman: The Golden Circle should be coming out maybe this year. I think later this year. I've watched the trailer when I went to the cinemas to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I'll talk about that in another video. But the reason I want to talk about Kingsman: The Golden Circle is because I think it reintroduces a villain that we met in the previous Kingsman. Now, I'm just going to say now, spoiler alert for the first Kingsman movie. I'm also going to be talking about the second, which, whilst hasn't been released yet, I don't know, I could still potentially ruin it with my speculation. Now, I'm extremely cautious about the sequel because I want to make sure that, you know, this movie is good. I'm gonna see it, but I'm worried that if it's just a crap refresh, I'm gonna be disappointed and I'm gonna be conned out of my money. But I'm gonna definitely want to see it. This is the big trick that the movie companies will always have us under. It's a sequel to a movie you've watched before. You've gotta watch it now. You've got to flippin' watch it now, otherwise you're shit, son. Yeah, so you're shit if you don't watch the movie. Anyways, I will go watch it, and but I hope it don't mess it up too bad. That being said, though, I don't think they will. The first movie was really good. It kind of took the mick out of how it was like Bond, but at the same time it wasn't Bond, you know? Now, it's the new, more badass James Bond. Now, first of all, I know what a lot of people are going to say, Jason, James Bond, the newer series kind of sort of satisfyingly came to a conclusion, but there's still definitely room for more Bond. Well, you know, I just don't feel it, you know? I'm really not feeling it, to requote Shulk. It's just I don't really. I just think Bond's gotten too serious. It's become something completely foreign as to what it used to be in the age of Roger Moore. It used to be about class and sophistication. Now it's all dark and blurry and surreal. It seems to be a little less satisfying, really, than it used to be. I really welcome Kingsman because it's got that slight bit of Mick take to it. Not full out Austin Powers, but it's still quite able to make mockery of the James Bond movies. What do these wallies want? Bunch of idiots. Right. Send in the pregnant woman with... Oh no, she's not pregnant anymore. Apologies for this, folks. Yeah, she's gonna kick your ass, mate. Oh look, she's gonna kill him. She's got him, right? So anyways, I'm really hoping that I really hope that the sorry, I'm just distracted by the fighting. So I'm just distracted by this. I'm getting too distracted. Anyways, so Kingsman: The Golden Circle I think is going to be a good movie because the Kingsman series looks like the one to replace Bond. It's got a bit of sophistication, that life in it, and it's got some pretty good fighting scenes in it from what I've seen from the trailers of The Golden Circle. Now, don't quote me on this because I could be horribly, horribly wrong, but there is every bit of chance that this could be the new Bond, you know? I really feel like if we put our minds to it and we try and be empathetical with this series, it could just be the next Bond. Or if not better. We get a working class hero who's faced with situations that are really out of his character. We get a bunch of other characters. I particularly like Merlin. I think he's very entertaining. Oh. Get him. Oh, she's just walking off. Alright, there we go. Anyways, and we'll send you to the generator room. So when you say Kingsman, I definitely think more badass version of Bond. There's definitely a sense that throughout the years, Bond has gotten more tiresome, and I really have to keep coming back to this point, and I have to keep reminding you guys, when we talk about James Bond, I think it's a bit of a tired series. I really like some of the older movies. I've got Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, what's a really good one? The Spy Who Loved Me. That is a really good one with Roger Moore. But some of the new ones like Skyfall, while they are really dark and badass, I just feel like they're trying too hard these days to capture what's left of Bond, to make Bond this sort of dark, gritty individual. Well, we have Eggsby, Eggsy. I can't remember his name. It's something stupid like Eggsy, from Kingsman. For that, he's got a dark, twisted life. His stepfather's an abusive dick to his mum, and to him to a certain extent. A really, really dislikable back life. He's got beef with the agency that, in his mind, let his dad die. He's also got that constrained bit of conscience, because he's the character the guy who recruited him worked with his dad, and all he tried to do for the rest of his life was try to repay him by giving Eggsy the chance to work work for MI. I think it's MI5, MI7. Damn it! It's Kingsman. To work for the Kingsman, in order to, earn enough money to get his mum out of the situation she's in. Now, this in turn, this could be expanded a bit more. We could perhaps expand this theme on a bit more. I generally like to see a bit of we've established the characters a bit. Now I just want to see some action-packed, rooting, tooting adventures. Like in the trailer, they actually had what looked like a scene in perhaps Texas. Some gentlemen in a brewery, and I think Eggsby was basically taking him out with a shotgun. We also got to look at someone with sort of a biological sort of an artificial arm implant, which allowed him to extend his arm to great lengths, so like a Inspector Gadget style arm. Well, it sounds stupid. It actually looked pretty badass. And all throughout the way, this trailer, oh shit! I didn't mean to sell. Shit. Oh, that's gonna bite me in the ass. Anyways, so my big thing with the thing with the trailer for the new Kingsman movie is whilst it was playing in the background, we had Frank Sinatra's "My Way," which ironically he didn't write. It seems like really we have quite the setup. We've got the possibility for the potential return of that snobby bastard from the first Kingsman movie. We have a new set of villains. We've got a Jaws-like character with a bionic thing going on, a bionical limb thing going on here. We've got exotic locations. Well, the first Kingsman movie, the main sort of bad guy there was someone in the Alps, I believe. But it showed you scenes from all across the world, particularly in England. But it seems that there might be a bit more focus on the Americas this time, both North and South America. We're going to see definitely a fighting scene within the USA. A party in the USA, not likely. We're going to see perhaps part of the Amazon in that little volcanic-looking lair. Although I don't think there are any volcanoes in the actual Amazon, so it could be another scene. Somewhere very tropical, though. That's what I'm thinking. And it might not be a volcano. That smoke might be industrial. There's that possibility. And this is all speculation, remember, just from what I've seen from the trailers. I can imagine a lot of concerns that they might over-sequelize the movie, but I don't think they will over-sequelize Kingsman. I think the movies will go on to be flicks, like the Bond movies have become. But hopefully they won't dry up too fast. Perhaps one day the creators will say, okay, we've had 5 movies, we've done good, we're going to stop now, we're going to be respectful. I mean, they didn't do that with Bond, because Bond is just it's a series. It's out there. Hope they don't make another one, but it's a great series. Perhaps they'll make more, but as soon as it starts getting stale, that's when you need to stop doing a series of movies. Like, they forgot to do that with Ice Age, and basically any DreamWorks series. DreamWorks have over-sequelized like there's no tomorrow. And if I'm honest, it kind of shows, you know? There's a lot of problems that I have with, for say, Paladins is ready. That will be on our, probably on one of the next videos. Going to do a quick look into that. Now, there is one problem that I'm really hoping they don't do, is that they make it like, for say, they have the Star Wars prequel effect. That name, the words Star Wars and prequel bring fear into a lot of people's hearts. I can understand why. Really, I can. It's the problem that... It's the problem that... When George Lucas did the prequels to the original Star Wars trilogy, he kind of left over left out what fans really wanted. That was good logical lore, decent storytelling and acting, and just generally a good show. You know, good entertainment, not the comic reliefs and whatnot. No, we didn't want Gungans. We didn't want whatever the hell those fat things on Naboo were. We didn't want that. We didn't want lame, paced, dry action sequences. We wanted high action. We wanted The Empire Strikes Back, the prequel. We wanted the bit before A New Hope. We wanted something powerful, and we didn't get that with the prequel trilogy to Star Wars. I'm sorry, I'd like to spend a whole episode ranting about the prequel trilogy, but that's low-hanging fruit in my opinion. Well, what you need to know, however, is if you've never seen it, don't bother seeing it. Any Star Wars fan will tell you it's terrible. We really, really need to make sure that Kingsman doesn't go down the same way. I mean, a prequel might be interesting. We could see what Eggs's dad was doing before he died. That could be interesting. If they want to make that one gritty, they can make that one gritty. Obviously, he wasn't rich in that scenario, so yeah, chances are he's not going to be rich. He's just probably going to be still a working class person. We can see how we met Eggs's mum. I don't know if we know her name yet. I think it might have been said in the original Kingsman movie. But anyways, I think I've talked about basically everything there is. If you guys have any thoughts on the new sequel, any speculations or theories as to what might occur, then please leave them in the comment section below. Apart from that, I've been Jason Paul McDermott, and you've been fantastic. I'll see you guys.